Hello, everyone, and welcome to Roulette Rivals 17. This is a Swiss stage round 6 match between Frote and Pigiero. And this match is very interesting, being that the winner of this match will automatically qualify for the knockout stage. And today, for as entertaining of a match as we are set for, I am joined by an excellent co-caster, Cabin.
Hello, everyone! Thank you for inviting me over here.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have a banger match ahead of us. New York and Sin Fortuna, I believe. That
Indeed
is.
it is.
Yeah.
With Paris Band on Pigiero's end and Dartmoor Band over on Frote's end.
Awesome. Yeah. Interestingly enough, these players have played each other 3 times. And in each of those 3 matches, there has been a New York. So they will continue the New York streak, with this
That
being
is
their 4th time
hilarious.
playing each other on this map.
I love that immensely.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that this is a Dutch derby, this is a Dutch match, this is a Dutch fight to the death. And it's not even the first time, just like you mentioned, Pack.
Yeah. Quite an intriguing matchup here, especially with New York. Both players have been here plenty of times and have quite a good personal best on it as well. 216 and 238.
Heck yeah.
But our first
And
spin will
now,
be here shortly.
indeed it will be. Would you like to read it out?
Sure. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Just watching the players pre-plan a few things. But for this spin, we have Fiberwire as the fired banker for Athena Savalas.
Rightio.
Nothing groundbreaking. Should be fairly
No.
quick. They can bring the Fiberwire in.
Yep. Friday will be the first for players to load in. Oh, for players starting off as. Oh!
Ooh! Wow.
Friday immediately rips to Mateo Perez.
Yeah, that gun click has been an issue for quite a few people in the past, myself included. But nonetheless, he does
Oh.
get it off the second time.
As we will see the snail isolation fortified banker for both our players. We might have some echo from my end coming onto the stream. That's a rip from Pigiero.
Oh.
Oh,
And just
laggy
like
echo.
that, Frodo is in the lead again. Has the keycard
Yeah.
swiped in the fired banker disguise, working his way up towards Athena's office.
And that was a really costly rip as well for Pigiero in the security room there. Now Frody is almost like 40 seconds ahead of Pigiero.
Yeah, and on a map like this, any rip could be very costly at any given time. I mean, considering how quick the average New York spin is, you never know how far into the spin your opponent is.
Indeed.
Did did Pidgey use a duck to get the camera destroyed?
Correct. To panic these high security guards
Oh,
there and then make it up the stairs. As
that
Frody
is
makes the kill.
very good.
Heck yeah, it is. But
Oh,
that's a restart on Frody's end.
did did he leave the
Oh,
cameras up or?
that's some whooshes on Pigiero's end, and that's a body found, that's red
Oh,
guns. We're getting
man.
so many rips from both of our players here. What the heck is going on?
I have no idea, man. if I'm either of these players right now, I mean, we're 3 minutes into New York, and like just the fact that this is still happening has got to have some sort of stress level building up, and can definitely see that affecting these players'
I
mentality.
can, yeah, no, I can 100% see myself in a situation where I'm just double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking the spin link, just like, aren't they done yet? Aren't they done yet? Aren't they done yet?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my. Not what we expected.
They aren't that far apart from each other either. I mean, Frote is in the office and Pidgey is heading up there, working
Yeah,
on
going. You first.
grabbing the Fabian Man disc before heading into the office.
Yeah, and that's the main difference between our players, I would say. Frode dealing with Athena first and then Fabian, and Pigiero dealing with Fabian first and then Athena.
Yeah. And I mean, both are definitely viable strats. You can definitely get Fabian Man at any time, considering how small his route is. But we do see Frote grabbing the director's key card, so he will be able to use the fastest exit on New York.
Indeed, having also killed Athena just a few moments prior.
And now we see Pidgey getting the kill.
Right, both our players getting the final backup data disc at around the same time, I would say, but in very different locations on the map.
Yeah, and Frote's choice to grab Athena first has him exiting first with a time of 4 minutes and 28 seconds. But Pigiero
But
will not be
Pigiero.
far behind him.
Oh, absolutely not. Photo finish timer ticking, but I believe. Right, exiting at 4 minutes and 42 seconds real time. GG's. Which of our players had more loads?
That is a very good question. Typically on New York, you only expect about one, maybe two loads per person, but with how many rips there were, I mean, this could be very close, and I think now is a perfect time to introduce our admin for the match, who is Yanini. So, yeah.
Yippee!
Yanini will be calculating the load times of both of these players, and if you do not know how photo finishes work, in a photo finish, the player who finished first has the lead. The admin, in this case Yanini, then takes the player's load times, adds them, or subtracts them from the lead time, or yeah, they take the load times of the player in the lead, add them to that, and then they calculate the player who does not have the lead and see if their load times exceed the load times plus the already existing lead of the player, and if it overtakes it by more than 2 seconds, that player gets the win. If not, player one gets the win, and if it falls within 2 seconds, then there will be a tie. I'm sure there was a better way to explain what I just did, but yeah.
It, forgive me for this, but is it mean to say that I was grinning through that entire explanation?
Absolutely not. I was as well. Yeah.
We immediately have some discussions from both our players with each other here. Both of them a bit sad with their performance, but it's okay. You're both good players. It's okay.
Absolutely.
I've had worse days. Oh no, you're seeing Rupon from the chat pack. You seeing this?
Anyways, well,
Anyways, okay.
while the admin is calculating the photo finish, let us take a look at the player's stats on the comparison page of our stats, as we go to Season 2 maps, we will see that in Santa Fortuna,
Uh,
um,
we might have a photo finish result, but if you want to finish
oh, we
up the
do?
comparison list,
We
that's
do.
okay.
Oh,
Yes, we have a
yes,
result.
let's go to the result first. And Frote7, who did finish first, keeps the lead. Yeah. Frote finished 13.941 seconds earlier. Pidgey loaded 3 times for 13.5 seconds. Frote's first 2 loads add up to 4 seconds, which means Pigiero cannot catch up, and Frote takes the golden handshake for a score of 0-2. So now, with 1 minute and 30 seconds till the next map, now we can take a look at the comparisons on Santa Fortuna. Pigiero, been there 22 times with a win rate of 39%. Frote has been here 26 times with a win rate of 71%. So you can definitely see why Frote would choose a map like Santa Fortuna in this case.
We also have the very lovely Big Machete in the chat. We are obligated to give Big Machete a shout out whenever Santa Fortuna is mentioned.
That is true. For those of you who are not aware or have been living under the world's biggest rock, Big Machete 13 is the author of the wonderful Roulette Guide to Santa Fortuna. I definitely just butchered that title, but we're rolling with it. So yeah, let's say the personal best does speak wonders for both of these players here as well, with 9 minutes and 11 for Pigiero compared to 6:49 for Frote.
Indeed it is, as we now have 10 seconds until we arrive, assuming we're safe.
You can take this spin.
Very well, I shall try my best to read this out. Let's see what we got. It is Rico Delgado with a Screwdriver as the elite guard. No target specification. Jorge Franco with Fire as the hippie. And Andrea Martinez for Shotgun as the gardener.
Beautiful spin.
I can already feel the cogs turning in Big Machete's head on how to do this faster than Frote and Pigiero combined.
Fire for Jorge is quite interesting, especially compared with the NTKO on Rico.
And oh, that's a rip on Pigiero's end. Uh-oh. Oh.
Frote is currently planning to start in the submarine crew.
So we might see a double K from Frote then. We had some whispers in the chat that Frote, that the spin is double K, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see a double cave here. I'm not sure I've actually seen that strat played out in a match before.
Pigiero successfully gets off the bullet impact on this gardener shed without getting spotted this time.
And Frote shoots his way into the garage tunnels.
Forgive me for being rude, Pack, but it does seem like we have some echo from my end, and I don't know how easy that is to fix.
I can't fix it at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. My condolences either way, though.
Yeah. But I feel like echoes are appropriate for a definitely cave spin.
I mean, we might as well highlight these lovely comments from the chat. The cabin, and cabin is already casting from a submarine.
As we see Pigiero get the gardener kill with the shotgun. Had to double
Very
check the
early
spin
attack.
myself because I saw him holding the pistol. But Frote is in the
Awesome.
submarine crew. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that it was a very fast kill from Pigiero, going with Andrea first, and now approaching the hippie now as we speak with about 1 minute and 52 seconds in game time.
Yeah, I feel like both strategies could be effective here. You could get the submarine lure started on Rico quite early, then head up, get Andrea, and be back to the cave in the hippie disguise, which honestly is close enough already to a elite guard disguise, and then you already have all three.
Heck yeah.
But I can also understand starting suit. I mean, you're very close to the gardener. You don't have to worry about missing the Andrea 230 timing. So yeah, both strats seem like they could work out for the players here, and it'll be very interesting to see which one is faster as we see Frote grab the shotgun kill for Andrea now.
Indeed. Having just a few moments prior done that same bullet impact panic on that gardener shed, got into disguise, and moved on over to Andrea's compound and got her in the meeting room.
Pigiero entering the cave as the hippie, knocking out a couple of these sub crew and elite
Yeah.
guards to isolate the path for Jorge.
Yeah, only has one sub crew left, if I count that correctly, but might be purposefully leaving them up because they just don't see any of the bodies, I presume.
Mm. I believe Piggio is working on dropping a weapon for Jorge so that he can knock out those two guards that are standing behind him.
No, seemed like Pigiero just wanted a back knockout on Jorge just so that it's silent, which I think makes sense.
That is P power.
As he knocks out that last subcrew that you had mentioned earlier,
Heck yeah.
Frote now in the elite guard disguise on the other side of the screen and is making his way towards the caves through the bar entrance with the screwdriver in hand.
And Pigiero just knocked out the final elite guard in this meeting room where you can meet Jorge as the hippie, having now fully completed the isolation, I would say.
Speaking of elite guard, Frote just threw a screwdriver into Rico Delgado as the elite guard, making for his second kill of Santa Fortuna.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, very close. I believe the only difference would be where Frote plans to take out Jorge at the moment, but I'm not sure if he has actually started anything for that yet. Whereas Pidgey already has Jorge down and has Rico heading to the caves.
And the hippie disguise, for that matter, because I think Frote is now going to get the hippie now at about 4 minutes and 45 seconds in game time.
Yeah. There's Pidgey's kill on Rico Delgado.
Only Jorge left. This, without jinxing, this looks promising for Pidgey.
Absolutely. Would hate to jinx the only man who's known for his ability to do so.
Now, we do also have some notes from the chat. Bit of a drag. 10-kilometer drag. And here it is. Someone typed it. Someone typed GG in the chat, much like Pigiero does. It is Largasso with that point of honor.
Frote is in the hippie disguise now and working his way back towards the caves. And Pidgey has completed the drag.
Yeah.
And that's the kill.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. And I believe that should be GG's here for Pidgey. barring anything
Yeah,
bad from happening.
yeah, as Pidgey runs towards the exit, even gets the seal of approval from Big Machete here. Pidgey played the spin very good. I'm quoting this word for word.
And that is him out with a time of 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Being that this spin finished within 10 minutes, there will only be a 30-second photo finish window, and I don't believe 30 seconds is going to be enough for Frote to get Jorge to the fire barrel and have him eliminated.
I don't think so either.
So
That's
yeah, just like that, we have a 2-2 tied game once the admin confirms. And our next map will be, I do not know.
Janini, what's going on?
Um, do do we still have
That is Jorge Franco,
uh
the Delgado cartel's chief chemist.
We didn't. It doesn't want to confirm. We have from Janini in the chat.
huh?
Uh-oh. Okay.
There we go.
That was so strange.
Score 2-2.
Interesting.
We might have to file a bug report to our almighty Mr. Mike.
And Frote got the fire shot, but Jorge wouldn't have been close enough anyways. Nonetheless, Mumbai is next.
Mumbai!
I believe this is the third or fourth match of the day that has had a Mumbai spin.
Yeah, the last match I casted had a Mumbai, so this is familiar territory.
Yeah. Definitely have seen a lot of Mumbai this round. In fact, it's definitely got to be one of the most generated maps for round 6 that I have been able to see so far. Nonetheless,
There is... Yeah, go ahead.
both players have been here plenty of times.
Indeed they have. 13 wins, 7 losses, and 1 time for Pigiero.
16 wins out of 27 appearances, if I'm mathing correctly, for Frote.
Not to mention a personal best of 8 minutes and 21 seconds on Pidgey's end.
And 6 minutes and 8 seconds for Frote7. Yeah.
We're so in sync, we finish each other's...
Burgers.
Heck yeah!
Yeah. Incredible map record there by Apricot, set in the World Championship last year with a time of 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
And Frote not being too far behind on that world record, only under a minute, so to say.
Yeah. I'll say something I've been looking into recently is how many players who have played each other, like what percentage of the maps have they completed against each other. So like, I think I counted earlier for Infrafun and Yanini, they've played each other on 14 of the 19 different maps. Frote and Pigiero, Santa Fortuna was new and Mumbai was new, but I believe so far this has been the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ninth new map for these two.
9,
Yeah.
Nice.
7,
We do have the spin here. Injected poison laundry foreman for Wazir Khaleh. Vanya Shah, loud sniper rifle Bollywood bodyguard. And Queen's bodyguard, loud explosive weapon for Dawood Rangan.
Right, we got Bollywood Bodyguard and Queen's Bodyguard last match as well.
Huh.
And Funky, spin conditions all the same, mind you.
Oh, absolutely. Loud is never easy on either of those two, especially
I mean,
considering the areas that you typically would see these targets eliminated in.
yeah, at least it's not no KO.
47.
Yeah.
This is one of the Mumbai chores.
I imagine
My records show a few
Wazir Calais is going to be the first
tenant in the building.
target attempted for both players, being the simplest kill, injected poison as the laundry foreman. Of course, can't knock him out like typical, so it will be interesting to see the deviations made from the typical Charles start.
Right-the-o. As Frote, having made into the laundry foreman's office, knocks out the laundry foreman, subdues. That's red guns.
Yep.
That's red guns. That's a shame.
Yeah. It's so interesting that,
47.
by that point in the subduing process, you'd think they'd already be unconscious. But they're not, and they can
No.
still see the bodies.
Something
Yep.
related to strange
It-
behavior.
Oh no, and that's Pigiero getting spotted by the laundry foreman as well. That's so rough. Oh no.
Absolutely brutal. Nonetheless, both players are on a very even playing ground right now.
Indeed. It's so early into the spin as well.
Yeah. So
That's bullet impact.
there's mirror.
47.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the unluckiest of them all?
My records show a few residential complaints about a new tenant in the building. Something related to strange
In that case,
behavior. Might be worth looking
just brutal. But we do see Pigiero actually getting the foreman grab, and that is the first successful foreman grab of the match.
Indeed it is. Let's see how it goes for Pigiero from here. Frote going in for what I believe is the third attempt. That's another bullet impact. No!
This time he's seen by the foreman. And
Yep.
Pidgey almost misses the
47.
trespassing
Mumbai chores.
window on the Maelstrom, but he has him
New tenant in the
coming up here,
Something related
and
to
this
strange
could
behavior.
be a successful kill for Pidgey after he successfully distracted him with a bullet shot and avoided him from finding the bodies or the weapons.
Meaning that the Maelstrom is now down on Pigiero's end. Very well done.
Frote still struggling with the grab
Frote's
here,
got
but
it.
finally picks it up for the foreman.
Frote's off the ground and in the air in regards to the spin.
Absolutely. He is making his way towards the Maelstrom, and Pigiero is making his way towards the brick.
Indeed, indeed.
And I believe the brickler is where we're going to see some real variation in strategies used, whether it be going for Vanya first or Dawood first, as you need the Dawood disguise for Vanya and the Vanya disguise for Dawood.
My current prediction is that Pigiero will knock out Vanya and just leave her by the train guard while he deals with the wood.
That is most likely going to be the case, but wouldn't it be interesting if he did not?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm honestly hoping we see something interesting here, but it's Mumbai, so now that I haven't seen before during the briefcase against the what even are those?
Like the
Columns?
pillars?
Antennas?
Columns?
Or
Not antennas. There's some sort of like maybe that's where they put the lights for like signaling the trains and stuff. I don't know.
I suppose so. Frote is
I'm
beginning the
no
brickler.
I'm no expert. Make. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
No, you're all good.
Well, that caused a pillar of purple smoke to rise
Yeah.
above the slums.
Frote has begun the brickler,
See what happens.
is knocking out Vanya's guards,
47.
and Pigiero
Shaw and
is
Dawson.
in the Queen's bodyguard.
I think they're heading for the beach area near the slums.
Right. With Pigiero approaching the wood as we speak, picking up their stash, which is a remote micro explosive.
I wonder. I can't help but wonder if the distraction shot to get Dawood to come off the pier alone would be beneficial for Pigiero here, as he can delay the bodyguards enough to dump Dawood and then just worry about grabbing their disguise after their panic is ended.
Mumbai slums.
Rightio.
But he appears to be just making his way towards the bodyguards without isolating him on the pier. Or maybe
I mean, like, Pidgeys is on the pier right now. It's probably going to knock out all the Bollywood guards now in a row.
just needs to make sure to not knock them off the actual barge.
Oh, yeah. Watch out for that food vendor as well. But Pidgeero's very mindful of him. This is good.
The street gang known as
Yeah.
the Crows are on high alert. They seem to be on the
That was a
lookout for
scary
assassins, and
knockout
they
there
use
for Dawood, I can't lie.
I suggest you are mindful around these slums.
He does not see the bodies. Frote
Watch out for the fog.
Frote is also attempting barge ISO from the looks of things.
Indeed, it seems to be that way, yes.
Yeah. And now this could be very close. This could be very tight depending on how long it takes Pigiero to walk back over to Vanya, because I imagine he's gonna kill Vanya first, then detonate the explosive on exit.
That is Darwood.
That seems reasonable, yes.
American movies and a full-time criminal. His brutality
And
is
yeah, the explosion is set up so that Dawood will fall into the water. Frote now getting this pier isolation faster compared to Pidgey, if I do dare say so.
You dare? Grabs the Bollywood bodyguard, drags the body a little ways, and is going to very shortly be running over to Vanya.
Can
Dude.
Pidgey get a train exit here? I wonder.
It's possible, but just needs to be careful to not get hit by the train. He gets the kill.
Vendor knockout on Frote's end as well. And yeah,
Pigiero.
Pigiero is moving towards the boat. Yeah. No, to this tuk-tuk driver, of course.
He has the kill, and he is finished with the time of 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Photo
Definitely-
finish timer ticking for Frote.
Definitely potential for a photo finish if Frote does these last two kills very fast, but I feel like it was more likely going to be a photo finish had Pidgey taken 20 seconds longer to exit and extended the photo finish window to 45 seconds. But there is the 4-2, and our next map will be Sapienza.
Oh, okay. Okay, alright.
Whew.
Yeah, that do be the reason why I'm reacting, because Frote is very well versed in Sapienza, sort of famous for his experience in this particular map.
Alright, now here's something interesting. As I was mentioning earlier about having played each other on maps before, this is one where they have traveled to in a previous match. In fact, the RR8 PC losers bracket final between Frote and Pigiero featured Sapienza as the first map picked by Frote, but it was actually won by Pigiero with a time of 6 minutes and 24 seconds.
Now that is immensely fun.
Yeah, the spin, combat knife as Roberto Vargas, and neck snap as store clerk as well. So like, nothing really fancy. I'm not sure exactly where you would get combat knife from, but I mean, the Roberto Vargas disguise grab might have been an issue, but
Combat knife is best. Well, I mean, it depends from spin to spin, but it's either get it at the lab or bring it in as your own item, from what I understand it as.
yeah. Ultimately, Sapienza is going to be a very interesting map here. It is match point for Pigiero and could determine his future in Roulette Rival 17. But also, it has been several tournaments since these two have met on Sapiens before. So Frote is probably well more versed in his strategies. You know, has definitely practiced this map a ton.
And so, I mean, either way, these are some fantastic players. It's going to be a good game either way. And yeah, we're excited to see where this goes.
Agent, get ready. Duel starts in
Yes,
10
we are.
seconds.
The spin will
9,
be arriving
7,
in
6, 5,
now.
It is.
Do you want to take it?
3.
Yes, it is
2,
Silvio Caruso with
1.
the next snap as a church
Eliminate
staff,
the target.
but no target pacification, unfortunately. And then Francisco de Santos with pistol as Roberto Vargas, which we mentioned before. Pidgey is already loading in.
Yes. And that has got to be quite the coincidence. Next snap and Roberto Vargas in both of the Sapienza spins. These guys have played against each other. And here's something interesting. We see Pigiero going for the church staff first, whereas Frote is taking on what appears to be the Roberto disguise first.
Yes, Frote starting off the gardener, Pigiero starting off in the ICA safe house. Different strategies from both our top level players. This is great.
It's something you always love to see on a map like Sapienza, where the same clear-cut isolations are always used and just very well rehearsed. So yeah. Pigiero shoots a distraction shot for the chef, makes his way out of the kitchen in the church chef disguise, and towards the telescope.
Rightio, as Frote knocks out Roberto Vargas, who's puking in the bathroom, and stuffs him in the wardrobe.
Yeah. Stashing the Roberto disguise there is going to go back and grab the church staff disguise. This Pigiero rips.
Pigiero just... I don't know what exactly happened, but I believe Pigiero just barely got caught by the other mansion guard cornering the closest one. Silvio Caruso.
As the chat is saying, the guard has eaten the tranquilizer dart and caused Pigiero to reset.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Ignore my comments.
And Frote is heading up to the 2:30 timing for Andrea. with the Roberto disguise and has the pistol in his inventory, so we should be seeing first kill hopefully very soon.
Francesca DeSantis.
That's a counter on Francesca's bodyguard and a kill very, very shortly.
And there it is.
Target
Does need
down.
to drag her body as the other guard will walk in there eventually.
But no issues there.
And Frote desperately shaking the screen trying to get the wiggle boost to work, but pulls it off.
Hey! Not every day you see that actually, like, working, so to say. So, props to Frote.
Yeah. Pigiero now in position once again for the church staff kill. Tranks the first guard,
Headshot.
tranks the second, and just needs to be careful not to not snap the neck. But he snaps the neck, so we're good.
Awesome.
And just like that, both of these players have one kill apiece. Frote had to venture fairly distant to grab the church staff disguise, but Pigiero in quite a good position for the Roberto disguise, and theoretically could still make the 230 timing for Francesca, as he's right next to the stairwell that leads up to her office.
That's correct, with 2 minutes in-game time, no less. Ooh, just gotta be careful
Ooh.
of this guard who's watching the hallway.
Yeah, that could have potentially been bad, especially now that he's dragged him. We'll need to shrink that guard so he doesn't rip, which he does.
2 minutes and 20 seconds now as Pidgey reaches the pipe.
And can he make it to Francesca in time? It looks like he will.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. But I think... that's the kill.
That's the kill. Drag the body, dump it. He has the key card. So now, if Frote gets the Silvio Caruso kill without pacifying him, as he was very briefly holding a crowbar in hand, he got the kill. I thought he didn't for a second.
Now destroy the
And both players are heading down to the lab with Frote actually getting there first.
But very, like, close and synchronized gameplay from both our players. Both of them now reaching this lab security. Oh, Pidgey, be careful, please.
needed. The virus prototype will be close by. Look
Yeah.
for some type of quarantine.
Knocks out the guard. Frote has the EMP destroyed the virus. Pidgey has the EMP placed in the right position, destroys the virus. And I believe that's only 8 seconds apart.
That's 8 seconds apart. GG.
And if you look, Pigiero actually does have the faster in-game time, so this photo finish could very well be GG's for the game.
Oh, not to mention the rip that Pigiero had. And I don't think Frote had any rips. I might be wrong.
I don't think so. I believe that was first try. If he did rip, it was very early on and didn't cost him much time.
Oh, not at all. No. No.
Blunts Beat says, I don't think Frote had even one load.
Right, Frote with the NASA PC with like 2-second loads.
Yeah, the official finish time, Frote finished 8.023 seconds earlier. So yeah.
We will leave it to our lovely admin, Yanini, to take all the time needed to calculate this.
Yeah. And in the time being, let's take a look at a quick preview of Map 5, which could be Colorado if Frote wins or Pidgey and Frote tie. So this is a Season 1 map. Frote has been here to Colorado 27 times, winning 22 for an 81% win rate. Pigiero has been here 17 times, winning 11.5 for a 68% win rate. And these two have never faced off on Colorado before. So that would be the 10th new map between the two.
Heck yeah. 10 out of 19. That wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
Now, there is some suspicions from both the players and the chat that this might be a tie after all this calculating, which would imply that we go towards Colorado. And then after that, I mean, assuming Frote would win that Colorado, that would leave the final score on the Swiss leaderboard with a 3.5 points for each of these players, if I calculate that correctly.
Yes, if there was a tie on Sapienza and Frote won Colorado, then we would have 2 more 3.5 players. But that is not the case. Pigiero has won Sapienza, and the result is Frote loaded once for 7.81 seconds. Pigiero loaded twice for 19.00 seconds. Pigiero's adjusted lead is 3.167 seconds over Frote, which makes him the winner of Sapienza.
Oh my stars.
Holy crap.
1 second.
1
outside
second.
of the photo finish window. Oh my, oh my.
Absolutely insane. Yanini is the admin of this match, for the person who asked in chat. But yes, Pigiero's 6-2 victory over Frote. In fact, his second win on Sapienza over possibly the greatest Sapienza player of all time will secure him a spot in the knockout stages, along with Moo, Crescent, Quatility, Spot the Cat, Yanini, Growry, Alf, Ducker, Dane Nomos, Nezuko-chan, and yes, so now we have 11 of the 16 spots showing as guaranteed for these players on 4 or more points. And that leaves quite a few players on the bubble. And for fun, definitely going to be in. We know from his wonderful spreadsheet. Hausen and Luke waiting on a few more results before they can confirm their entry into the knockout stages. And something very interesting right now is Scruffy, the RR16 and our ultimately 3-time Roulette Rivals champion, sitting at 15th place right now. Hasn't played his round 6 match yet, but it's hard to imagine a knockout stage without Scruffy making it. So yeah, just about the entire area of 16 is almost filled up. But nonetheless, let's take a look at some upcoming matches. In fact, Scruffy versus Codename Kenny is the first match of tomorrow. Soviet Dubov versus Alex Hiller follows that, as well as me versus Omni TMN, Growry versus Hausen, and then we have at least 3 matches on Saturday and 5 additional matches, which you can view the full list of, as well as the maps for, on hitmaps.com. With that being said, thank you to Cab for joining me for this lovely co-cast.
Thank you once again for having me. Best of good for your match tomorrow.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Yanini, for adminning. And thank you all for watching. And with that, I will see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye bye.